G'day fellas, I just wanted to do a walk around video of my Nissan Patrol. I've had it for about 4 or 5 years. It's a 2004 Series 4 with a 3 litre ZD30 motor, so 4-cylinder turbo diesel, and it's the direct injection one, not the common rail. I'll show you a few things I've done to it, might give you some ideas or something. I suppose I'll start in the engine bay. I run dual batteries through just a normal, like an old school isolator, so that you can't run the starter flat. I found the Amaron batteries are pretty good. They're from Battery World. I had to, just through necessity, I had to upgrade the intake pipe. It's a 4-front Industries pipe. Is because the old pipe cracked, it was just brittle, and that new 4-front one, it eliminates the resonator box. What I did was I relocated the boost solenoid. All I did was tucked it underneath this clamp here, which is, I know it's a bit country, but it works. And because obviously this one, the boost solenoid used to be sort of mounted on the side of the intake pipe and resonator box, which gets deleted once you install that pipe. I upgraded the intercooler out of necessity as well, because I got it, obviously the ZD30 is known for getting a dirty intake, like oily recirculated air clogs up the intake and that, so I got it foam cleaned, and the guy pointed out that some foam was coming out of the intercooler, so I just upgraded the intercooler because obviously it was leaking. That came with all new silicone piping and stuff too. I just had to massage that front mount there to get it to bolt in, because being a cheap kit is like the mount wasn't exactly in the right place, but it's, you know, it's pretty good anyway. It was just a little, just had to fold it down a little bit, as you can see. What else have I done under here? Just normal stuff, spotties. It was running a 12,000 pound winch. I just took it out, put it in my new car. Yeah, that's pretty much under the bonnet covered. It's just running standard turbo, doors valve, and 3-inch exhaust going straight through the back, just to help with the EGTs. I put these Mickey Thompson tyres on it. They're 305 65 R17, which is the equivalent of a 33-inch. What I've done is, it's got 2-inch suspension lift, so shocks and springs are all 2-inch, but in the back it's got airbags fitted. And what I did was relocated the air filler points to the back here, but even at like 10 pound, or if I'm running around town, I'm not towing anything, just leave 10 pound in them, it actually lifted the arse end a little bit, which gave it that raked look, whereas I like my rig to be flat. So what I did was I just put 1-inch coil spacers in the front, and it's a bit hard to see, but it's running 1-inch coil spacers in the front only, which really levels the whole rig out to be even. And yeah, as you've seen, it's running Petters shocks and springs, which they've been pretty reliable. They've been on there for years, never had a problem. I converted, see these hubs here, they're just the auto hubs. What I did is I took the clutch spring out, because I fitted a front locker, which if you look through my videos, you'll see how to install the front automatic locker. You actually need to fit manual hubs in the front. So all I did was converted these hubs to manual hubs by removing the clutch spring and plate. And yeah, all I do is I use a tire iron just to rotate it around from auto around to lock, and that locks them in manually. Yeah, I did actually convert to AVM hubs, which are rubbish. I bought a set, I installed them, I went through one water crossing, came home, left it for like a week, and then what had happened is water had got in to the actual hub itself and screwed the bearing out, and I heard this dirty sound as I was driving along, realised it was a hub, pulled them off, and then I converted them to manual, and they've been on there for years now, which is seems like they're pretty good quality, just out of standard really. As I said, I got the 3-inch exhaust. I was running I was running the high lift jack, which is now up there. I was running that on the rear tyre, but then obviously these tyres mounted on the back door is a silly idea. They're very heavy. The doors eventually crack, over time, or they distort and hard to close. So I removed the high lift off there in the end, and I just mounted it up there on my running Rhino bars and a roof basket. So I just mounted it up there, and that's been rock solid. And I'm going to take this mount off. I bought, I can't remember who I bought it from, but I bought this this bracket here just to mount a work light on there. In the back I'm running, so I got my rod holder there and drink holder there. In another video you'll see I've done the mod for the gas strut. That pretty much gas struts that door. And what else have I done in the back here? I've put strip lights in. They're just like eBay strip lights that you can cut to length, and I just use hot glue to stick them onto the plastic. That way I have had them peel off before, and it just peels off the plastic nice and doesn't screw the interior if you ever got to sell the car or whatever. I made this little box for the roof. It's just ply with a volt gauge for the auxiliary battery, for the second battery, because everything in the car that can run the starter battery flat, I've converted it to the auxiliary battery. So all the strip lighting, that rear work light, the like all the power plugs in the back here, they're all off the auxiliary battery as well. About these Titan drawers, they're not bad for the price. They're like pretty cheap. They've got a really good functioning drawer. I mean, that's what you're buying them for. The rollers are good, the bearings are good, they lock in place good. The only thing I don't really like, I had to like modify the wings because they're too tight. I like, obviously you should be able to undo these and take the wing out. Like this is modified. I had to chop it and recover it and everything. These are the 4-drive Super Center ones. But yeah, when I first got it, man, you can't even get that. You can't even get that in. It's just too tight. So I ended up cutting the ply, recovering it and everything, just to get it to fit in smooth. That should be a better mold by standard. I'd say they've cut the mold out and then not given enough clearance for the carpet. Also, you've got this like locking thing here for the fridge slide, but this fridge slide, like you've got to have like Superman strength just to get it to pull out, and it's even worse when the fridge is on it. It's just really tight. It's not, it should just pull out and roll out nice and lock, but it doesn't. And also to get that to lock back into place, you've got to really jiggle this around to get it to lock in. So the build quality is not really there, but they're good for the price. Really, it's you can't complain for the price. They're very affordable, like most things off 4-drive Super Center. In the front, so I completely removed the dash and recovered it. I've got that in one of my videos if you want to check it out. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but these panels here are normally silver. They're normally this color. I meant to black them out, but I never took the skins off in time. But I've blacked out all the dash, which I think looks 10 times better. I'm running just a normal 40 channel GME UHF, and yeah, everything else in the front is pretty much standard. The stereo is pretty good in it. I have two 12-inch subs in the back that are removable, and I mounted the stereo under this seat, the amplifier rather. So that this cord here runs into the back for the subs, and the stereo just pumps. It's running some Pioneer splits in the front, so they fit in the stock cavity there, but they're actually splits, so you get the tweeter. And I'm sure there's lots of other little things that I can't really think about right now, but that's most of the things on the car. It's been a good rig. A lot of people aren't sure about buying a 3-litre. This thing's been rock solid. You just got to do that doors valve at the exhaust and block the EGR as well. Stop the exhaust gases re-entering and clogging everything up. But all in all, the Series 4 is a good rig. I'd buy another one. I've had this one for a long time, and for me it was time to go to a different car. I tend to sort of buy new cars all the time, so you'll see in some upcoming videos that I've bought a Pajero. Good rig off-road, really just a weapon off-road, so yeah, I'll make some videos about that. Anyway, hope this is giving you some ideas. Cheers.